Find all relevant information from the given function, sketch the graph. Now, I have f of x equals ln of x plus 8 in parentheses plus 3. Now, those of you who watch all of my videos, you know very well that if I'm graphing something that is a log, and yes, this is a log because ln is log base e, I'm going to compare it to f of x equals a, which gives me a vertical stretch or compression times log base b, which is my base, but also deals with a horizontal stretch or dilation or shrink or whatever you want to call it, x minus h plus k. H determines left or right movement. K determines up or down movement. You make things look steeper, skinnier, whatever. You move, left to the right. You make things shorter, okay, so to speak. Now, this is very important. I care about if A is positive, and it is. It's invisible 1. And when that happens, you get a graph that looks something like this. Now, a couple things are happening here before I can really answer these questions and feel happy about it. One thing I have is I have a vertical asymptote. Now, vertical asymptote exists at places where you're not allowed to plug in specific numbers. Now, I'm not allowed to plug in anything that would make this parentheses negative or 0. Why? Because you're not allowed to take the ln or a log of a negative number or of a 0 number. So if I were to plug in negative 8, I would have ln of 0. That's not allowed. Anything bigger than negative 8 is okay. Now, it just so happens that h is negative 8 in this case. H is negative 8. My vertical asymptote is found at the equation x equals negative 8. So asymptote is x equals negative 8. Anything smaller than negative 8, not allowed to plug in. Anything bigger than negative 8, I'm gold. Now what that means is I'm not allowed to plug in anything that is negative 8 or smaller than that. So my domain is found by doing essentially h to infinity. That's my domain. So in this case, my domain is going to be negative 8, okay, not including negative 8 because you're not allowed to take the ln of 0, to infinity, to infinity. Here, we'll turn that 0 into double 0. Look at that. Perfect. Nailed it. Now, if you're looking at this and saying, we move this up 3, how does that affect my range? It doesn't. No matter what, this is going to continue going downward, and this is going to continue going up and to the right no matter what. So my range is always going to be, in this case, everything. And as long as A is positive, my range is always going to be infinity, the negative version, to regular infinity. Always, always, always. Now, this is where it gets weird. Okay, my end behavior. Usually when you think end behavior, you think, all right, ln as x approaches x to the negative infinity, but we can't. We're not allowed to go to the negative infinity. The furthest I can go moving to the left is to negative 8. So what I will say is the limit as x approaches negative 8 from the right side. Okay, negative 8. Of course, 8 and infinity are similar looking things, so, that's supposed to look like that. From the right side of f of x. As I move to negative 8, I hit a brick wall. But right before I hit that brick wall, I'm going down to negative infinity, so that's the left side of my end behavior. The right side of my end behavior is I'm allowed to go all the way to the right, and as I keep moving to the right, I also keep moving up. So the limit as x approaches positive infinity of f of x is going to equal infinity. Now let's take that picture and make it look a little bit better. Okay, this is the worst part of all of this. No calculator allowed, no calculator needed. We'll be all right. First thing that happens is I know that I have a horizontal or a vertical asymptote at negative 8. Now, there's a little rule that says whatever this number is, okay, that is going to be your y value, 1 unit to the right of your vertical asymptote. So if this was 3 and if this was negative 7, I have a point right there. And that's basically how I'm going to wrap this problem up, because as I move to the right, I am now dealing with a horizontal stretch involving E, and I really can't label stuff without calling things E, and I'm not about to do that. So I'm just going to draw this guy right here. It's going to keep going up and to the right. Okay, not the prettiest picture ever, but we accomplished everything we needed to accomplish. And again, that point right there is -7, -3. Not the prettiest problem ever, but we did it.